Hi everyone, welcome to Border Takes with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and either are any of these blokes. This is my old mate Elite Commando. Elite Commando in the TVP T50 the Tier 10 auto-loading Czech medium tank. The one with 4 shells in the clip, 100mm gun, 320 average damage, 248 penetration with standard rounds, 310 with heat, which is premium. And this today's video is going to be a little bit different. 3 different tanks, 3 different tiers, and they're all going to have something in common. And I reckon you've probably, I don't know, maybe the title's already given it away. Have a look at Elite Commando's gun barrel. He's got 2 marks of excellence on the TVP T50 which is a pretty fun tank to play. Now at the start of the game, you may not have seen it, but at the start of the game, he indicated in the chat where he was going to go, which is where he is right now, and advised the tank destroyers to try and snipe from G1, and which is not bad advice at all. He's probably hoping to pick up some assisted damage as he starts unloading into the J Panther 2. Caught, well, I wouldn't really say that he's caught too far out of position. He was in a position where tank destroyers would probably normally go, but just had so actually didn't have so many guns shooting at him. Elite Commando took him for full health, picked up his first kill, 1150 damage. No assisted damage though, look at that. He hasn't got any assisted damage, even though he's the only one really running forward. Fires towards the Prima Victoria, doesn't quite land that shot. No, IS7 I should say. Looking at the Prima Victoria now, continuing to roll forward on Erlenberg with the score on 1-zip. He's the only one with a kill on his team, looking for something. He's thinking surely there's got to be something up here. He's got his groovy camouflage happening there, just putting a bit of camouflage on the hull. Of course, with the new camouflage mechanics in the game, if you want to get full value for money, I guess you could say, as well as still get the camouflage advantage for your tank, you only need to put the camouflage on the hull itself, which is what Elite Commando has done with his TVP T50. There's no need to put it on the turret or the gun. That's purely for aesthetic reasons. You might want to do that. Anyway, Elite Commando from Crown in the TVP T50, a 4-shot auto-loading Czech medium tank finds the Jag Panzer E100, picks up the kill on that one. He has been racking up the assisted damage as he's been continuing to storm the north on Erlenberg. 3-1's the score. He's on 2 kills. Finds the Prima Victoria camping right at the back like an absolute. Look, he's a tier 8, I guess. He's probably a little bit concerned about getting overwhelmed, but he's going to get overwhelmed anyway, isn't he? In the Swedish premium. Tier 8 medium tank. Everybody kicking back here, sniping. Have a look at them. The ridgeline on the western flank of Erlenberg, full of snipers. The AMX 1390 doing a great job keeping those tanks lit, as is Elite Commando, who's up to nearly 2,000 assisted damage now. He's already done 2,000 damage himself as well. Bit of map pinging going on by the T54. Of course, he's the only guy who's died on this team, and of course that's what you do when you're the only guy who's died. Is that right? You just keep pinging the map and giving out commands from the, instead of moving on to the next game. Anyway, the score's 5-1, 5-2 now, as the E100 goes down over there in the east. Elite Commando finds and shoots the baby bat chat. He's got 1 shell left. He wants to make sure it counts. He fires, critical hits the side of a bat chat, a baby bat chat twice. The bat chat 25T. TAP, it's a tier 9. Yeah, it is the baby bat chat. Yeah, moving right along, nothing to see here. 7-4's the score, 2,731 damage from the old mate Elite Commando. Trying to respot that. There's a 1390 and IS7 that was last seen down there. He's waited for his gun to load, sticking with standard rounds here, even though the IS7 is the most heavily armoured tank in this battle. Continuing to run around, possibly looking for the 5120. There he is, on full health, that big tier 9 juicy target. The 5120. No, decides just going to have a look at the IS7. I very much doubt he might get a penetrating shot in. He does. He gets 1 in, gets 2 in. Make that 3. Sets the IS7 on fire. Pops the 4th and final shell in for good measure. It's continuing to burn, and that brings his damage count up to 4,705. I didn't think that was going to go through. I don't know if I would have even taken that shot. Elite Commando, though, he knows what he's doing. Looking at getting that top tier heavy tank down to a much more manageable amount of hit points, so that all his mates up there in the north should be able to sort him out. The score's 8-5. Can't find that French tank again, and he's thinking, oh, I can't believe it. That's what he's thinking. I cannot believe it. This guy is just going to give me his tank. Pops 3 shots in. That's enough to kill the IS-7. That's his 3rd kill. 5,131 damage done. 2,500 assisted damage. He's still got 1,316 hit points up his sleeve. He's still going to continue to run around. He finds a Scorpion G. Doesn't want to get shot by that Scorpion G. 500 alpha damage would certainly take him down to a little bit. Picks up 1,150 assisted damage on the premium Tier 8 German tank destroyer. Looks towards the SU-100 and says, no worries, man. Hold my beer. I've got this. Puts 3 shots in. 4 shots. The 4th shot seemed to have gone in, but didn't kill him. Maybe the 4th shot didn't penetrate that Tier 8 Russian tank destroyer. 11-6, 12-6 score now. The T95 goes down elsewhere on the map. The AMX 50-120 looks like he's going to be the next target. He can afford to take a shot. Doesn't really want to, but he wants to make sure he gets some more damage. Turns off the auto aim. It looks like the 5100 has fired, and Elite Commando just says no worries at all. I'll farm damage like this all day long. 4 kills, Elite Commando from Crown Clan. 6,822 damage. 3,615 assisted damage. Only 1 tank remaining. It's the SU-101. No, it's not. It's a Stritzwagen 103-0, who I haven't seen all game long. Doesn't quite get the gun loaded in time, but he does get some more assisted damage, which is going to certainly help with his marks of excellence, as well as some of those groovy ace tanker results, which we love from Elite Commando. An absolute legend of the game. Let's have a look at the result before we get the second game ready. 3 games in today's video. 3 marks of excellence with that epic battle on Erlenberg. I didn't even realise it was an assault version. Anyway, Ace Taker Mastery Badge, Spotter Medal for all that assisted damage that he got. Bruiser, Fighter, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, and of course the Tank Sniper. I didn't think he was really sniping much, but I think it was more so that not so much sniping, but even if he was on one side, he was just taking advantage of shooting the enemy on the other side if that's how he needed to roll. 6,822 damage, 4 kills, 1282 base experience, 26 shots fired, 24 hit, 21 went through, nearly 4,000 sniped. That's unbelievable. I didn't get the feeling he was really sniping that much, but I guess when he just unload that clip, that clip can really rack up the damage. 4,057 assisted damage. Good job from the big derp cannon. He did nearly 6,000 as well. There was a few passengers in that game though. He even made some coin, 155,500 credits. That's after tax. He did have personal reserves and battle payments turned on, which is worth about 80,000 of those credits. So even without them, with a premium account, he still would have made some good coin in that. And that's probably because he wasn't really spamming too much premium ammunition in that one. I didn't notice. Was he using food? A lot of people use food in those auto loaders. Didn't really have time to see it. As we move on to our second game in our triple shot of 3 mark of excellence battles. Is that the correct way to say it? This is Timbob from Pyro Clan. Timbob in the T37. Timbob, not so long ago, I'm not sure when I looked him up, but he was, I believe, the #1 player on the server in this tank, in the T37. And my old mate Thaddeus was number 3. They had a very healthy rivalry going on. They know each other, and they both enjoy this tank. This tank really come of age when Tier 6 clan wars and skirmishes was a thing, and the T37 was a very, very popular tank for anything Tier 6 related, as well as the Cromwell B, as Timbob puts his first few bits of damage in for 359 into the AMX 12T. That's the auto-loading French Tier 6 light tank. The VK 2801, which Timbob lit earlier in the central part of the map, has already been taken out as well. Either by the Type 64 or the Hummel. Timbob running around the middle of what's it called? Highway. A lot of people don't like this map. Let's see how it goes. Not sure. I think he did get a shot into that Hellcat then. 474 damage done so far. Just heard a dog barking. It sounded like it was getting tortured. Anyway, the score's 2-0. Timbob with 2 marks of excellence on the gun barrel. Looking for some cheeky shots into that Hellcat, who's on the other side of that ridgeline. He won't be able to shoot him from there, but he'd love to pick up a kill. Moving around, looks like he's got a few connection issues. The ping is sitting pretty high. sure what part of the world Timbob hails from, but clearly it doesn't live too close to any of the servers. The score's 3-1. Timbob looking at trying to help his team in the eastern flank, where the heavy tanks traditionally go. Well, this is an all tier 6 battle, and people are calling for the Tog to hurry. Anyone got a Tog? The Tog is an absolute ripper of a tank, but not known for its speed. He auto aims on the Nashorn. Does get spotted, so decides to run away. Doesn't want to. You don't want to get into a trading game against the tier 6 German tank destroyer. That auto aims again on the VK3001P. Looking. Try auto aims again, and I guess that's auto aim is probably your friend when you're suffering from connection issues. I'm not sure if this is the game that he sent me. There was a game where he really did. He had an absolute ripper in it, and it was an ace tanker and all that kind of jazz, but he really was suffering from connection issues. Unless I'm thinking of somebody totally different. Looking for some cheeky shots into the Nashorn. He hasn't got much to aim at there. It will be, well, it does go through. I was going to say, it'll be a miracle if that one goes through. The KV-85 confirms the kill, and that brings the score up to 4-2. Timbob from PyroClan moving towards the east, looking for maybe the VK3001P at tier 6. Of course, it's an all tier 6 battle. He just wants to be able to move around here and take some opportunistic shots. I reckon that's what he's trying to do in this battle. 712 damage, 723 assisted damage, 4-3 is the score as the KV2 goes down. Finds the Churchill, moves back so that nobody else can shoot him. This is the way to do it. Make sure when you're shooting these tanks, no more, especially when you're in a light tank, make sure no more than one enemy tank can return the favour. Puts a couple of shots into the Churchill, takes the Churchill down to a one shot. The Hummel cleans up the Churchill 7. And Timbob looking around here, he's looking at all these low health targets. Starting with the T34 that's a pretty good tank. You want to get rid of that tank on the enemy team if you can. Can't land his shots, and how did he bounces the back of the T34 now it starts working away at the M6 and the KV2. Puts a shot into the back of the KV2. The M6 is clearly looking Timbob's way, so he moves back, puts a building between him and the heavily armoured American heavy tank. Oh, it's tier 6. Heavily armoured for tier 6, I guess you could say. Finds the ARL-44. He shouldn't have any problems penetrating that French heavy tank. Heavy by name only. You can see on the minimap on the western side's getting one comfortably. Timbob trying to help his teammates over here in the southeast, because there's not many friendly tanks, I should say, left down here. Timbob has taken some of these tanks down. The KV2's a one shot, so's the M6. Decides to kill the KV2 first, then the M6. Of course, the ARL-44 is still around there somewhere. In fact, I think the ARL-44 is the last remaining friendly tank in the town. Timbob from Pyro on 2 kills, deciding to go for the 59-16. Oh, I would have went the round kill there, but maybe that's just me. That brings him up to 2,034 damage, 3 kills. The score's 14-7. We know the result's going to be a win. He has got premium ammunition loaded, and I think I didn't catch when he switched to premium, but I think that was possibly for those shots when he was starting to struggle to penetrate the those heavy tanks in this part of the map. 14-7, 2,034 damage done, 3 kills. Looking for this ARL, who would be probably feeling a little bit nervous around about now. There he is, auto aims on the ARL-44, gets spotted, crashes into the building, puts one shot into the French heavy tank, make it 2. Artillery decides to help. Timbob doesn't quite land it, shoots and tracks him again. Is that how it's done? There you go, 15-7 on 15-7 on Highway, and Timbob certainly did his job in that game. 3 marks of excellence, as well as an ace tanker mastery badge in the T37, the T37 French French American light tank. It is early as I'm recording this. In my 3 marks of excellence. Very, very well done, Timbob. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser, Fire for Effect, Confederate, and High Caliber. He carried it 2,400 damage exactly. Have I got the right page up? Yes, I have. 3 kills, 1226 base experience. The Hummel with Hummel who got 1 kill, and one of them got 4 kills. Well, there you go. All tier 6 game on highway. Who says a light tank can't win in a heavy brawl? 2,400 damage, 3 kills. He fired 35 shots, 29 hit. That's pretty accurate. 22 went through. He had some trouble penetrating the back of that T3485, I think it was. I think he put about 3 shots into the back of that tank, and no idea what was happening there. But you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. Excellent job, Timbob. As far as I know. Number 1 on the server, as far as I know. Last time I looked, he was, and very, very well done indeed. 3 marks of excellence in any tank is a pretty good performance. As we move on to our 3rd and final replay, this one features my old mate, the Flying Elite, in what is often being described as one of the, maybe not one of the best tanks in the game. The IS6, the Tier 8. Russian heavy tank, the IS6, the one with preferential matchmaking. Is that going to change soon? Who knows? People are talking about it. Preferential matchmaking. Is it going to change? Wargaming said a long time ago they were hoping to maybe get rid of it. I don't know. Who knows? Let's have a look. Flying Elite from Pyroclad in the IS6. You can see he's got APCR rounds all day long, and that's to counter the one reason that, or the main reason that it is got preferential matchmaking. APCR rounds, 122mm gun, 390 alpha damage, 217 penetration, because the standard rounds only have 175, which is pretty low when you're coming up against some of the more, like your defenders and all those more heavily armoured tanks in the game. The Oho shoots and misses the Hawk 12. Now this is a Tier 9 battle, but only 3 Tier 9s on each team. The T54, the Stritzwagen, and the T30 on the enemy team. T54 has been spotted in the north west. Flying Elite being nice and patient, looking towards the central part of this map. This is quite possibly going to be one of the last videos of patch 9.22 before patch 1 turns up and I start to get my backside into gear and do a few replays from the new and improved graphics engine, the Encore engine for patch 1, or Water Tanks 1.0 they're calling it. But yeah, the IS6, one of the more popular premium tanks in the game. You can see the Flying Elite's got extra combat rations running as a premium consumable, and clearly been working on 3 marks of excellence for this very, very popular Russian tank, the IS6. A lot of people would say that it's been power crept a bit. It doesn't feel as fast as it once was, although the speed is certainly not its worst feature. Its worst feature would have to be the gun with the lackluster penetration of 175 for the armor piercing rounds. But I remember when I first got mine, people used to often say that they used to go into games with firing all premium and still make a profit. Let's see how the Flying Elite goes in this one. Flying Elite is certainly known for his he likes the 3 mark. He likes the 3 mark tanks. Looks like he was just looking for the weak spot on the Oho. The score's 2-2. He's up to 1117 hit points of damage. He's going to continue to roll up this little thing, and I don't think it's going to have the gun depression. Will certainly be challenging to work with as the Flying Elite rolls towards the. There's a T30 there. That's the one he's worried about. Probably not worried too much about the T26 E4 because the penetration of the American preferential matchmaking Tier 8 medium tank could possibly struggle to penetrate the IS6. Flying Elite shoots and sets the T30 on fire, and look at that. That T30 will be shaking his head. He's down to 892 hit points. Puts another shot in for 369. Is that a high? That's a bit of a low roll. Pulls back, waiting for that reload. Wants to get rid of that T30. They need to get rid of that T30 if they're going to have any chance of winning this battle. Scores 2-3. Flying Elite on 2216 hit points of damage. Is up the front with, who's he got with him? He's got Centurion and a Black Prince. That Black Prince does not want to roll over the top. That Black Prince will struggle to penetrate the T30. Probably struggle to penetrate the T26 E4 as well. And I'm guessing that's why the Flying Elite is just kicking back here. Not really doesn't want. I reckon he wants to. He wants to see that T30 fire, I guess. He wants to see that big Tier 9 American tank destroyer. He wants to see him shoot. That Black Prince is... There you go, he just fired. Now he's going to roll forward. Let's see what he does. There he is, looking. Puts one shot into him. He should be able to... I think he should be able to get 2 shots off before the T30 reloads. It doesn't matter because the Centurion 7-1 had the right idea as well. Gets rid of the American tank destroyer. That evens it up 5 apiece. Hoping for a tracking shot on the T29. Doesn't quite land it. Somebody else pops a shot into the Tier 9 American heavy tank. Now I reckon that T29 will probably struggle to penetrate the Flying Elite. He does. Flying Elite bounces a shot from the American Tier 7. The Centurion 7-1 picks up his 3rd kill, getting rid of the T29. And now, for the first time in a long time in this battle, they're winning 6-5 on Arctic region. Flying Elite continuing to roll forward, not stuffing around. Sees a Tiger P, shoots him. Cannot believe that he didn't even scratch him. Falls back and says, hang on, what the hell happened there? That should have went through. That shot looks like it landed exactly where it should have landed, but RNG is a thing. The T30 picks up the kill on that Tiger P. It doesn't really have to worry about his right-hand side now, apart from that. It's Udes 03, I think it is, over there back at the base. Puts another shell into the Super Pershing, brings his damage up to 3,320. And Flying Elite continuing to roll forward on their enemy base. If you look at the mini-map though, the other side of the map looks a little bit concerning. I guess this is where it needs to make a decision. Continue to go forward or turn around. T44 on the enemy team looks like he's really playing havoc without the rain. 15550. ELC even 90. I hope that this little ELC is trying to help these guys, because that T44 could quite easily get rid of all 3 friendly artilleries as Flying Elite picks up his 1st kill, kills the S51. That's the annoying Russian Tier 7 artillery piece. There's still 2 enemy artilleries left, and it looks like this guy over here has spotted him. The Centurion 7-1's going for the arties, but he's probably getting farmed by the UDES a little bit. The T26 E4 gets taken out by artillery. The Lorraine artillery kills the enemy Lorraine artillery. Try saying that quickly when it's first thing in the morning. Flying Elite from Pyro continuing to roll forward towards the enemy tanks. That T44 is still here. The T30 going back to try and get him. Is aim, you Russian thing. Shoots just as he gets taken out by the VK4503. But he's done his job. 3,900 damage. A little bit blocked, a little bit of assisted. Would have thought he would have got more assisted damage than that. He was right up the front all game long. Normally, if you're in a heavy tank and you're right up the front of the battle, you just the fact that you're right up the front spotting for your 3 artilleries tells me that you normally do get some more assisted. You get some little bit of assisted damage on that Udes. Maybe the arties were shooting in the northwest. Flying Elite trying to catch the Udes 03 as he runs away. He wants to pop a shot in here. That one landed. He was probably hoping to track him there. Didn't quite track him. Takes him down to 324. Brings his damage count up to over 4,000. Cops a shot from the T44. Picks up his 2nd kill though, gets rid of the Udes 03. That's the Swedish Tier 8 tank destroyer, the one that I continue to confuse for a premium. Only 1 enemy tank left, it's a T44. And of course, the T44 was last spotted where the ELC even 90 is, but Flying Elite knows he's up here because that's where the last shots were coming from. But he's down to 51 hit points. He doesn't want to die. Not sure who that VK4503 just fired towards. Not sure at all as a Flying Elite. Hope somebody is going to spot him. It has to be up here. This is sort of the last part of the map that's being searched. Looking. There he is, all over there. He doesn't have a shot. Looks like everybody's probably going to pile onto him. He's on pretty high hit points though, 1,017. So Flying Elite's probably thinking, maybe I'll get the kill, maybe I'll get one more damaging shot in. Let's just see what happens. That T30 and the Jag, if they both hit him, there's not going to leave much for anybody else. Jag picks up the kill in the end. And Flying Elite says, good game in the comments. 3 mark done. Clearly, possibly using, I've seen a lot of streamers who are very, very good at the game, running a mod pack, which gives you just up there. I think you can put it wherever you like, but I think it's just up there a little bit in the game. outlay. It gives a percentage of how you're going with your marks of excellence, which I think is a very, very handy tool if that's the kind of thing that you're trying to go for. Well done, Flying Elite, picking up 3 marks of excellence in a tank that's been described as lately as one of the most underpowered tanks in the game as far as not engine power, just talking about it's just lacking a bit of oomph, I guess. The IS6, the preferential matchmaking Tier 8 premium Russian heavy tank, 3 marks of excellence for the Flying Elite. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Hand of God, Bruiser, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, top score, 4,637 damage, 2 kills, 13-19 base experience. He did send me a couple of games, and I unfortunately can't use them all. 20 shots fired, 14 hit, 12 went through. Not that accurate, the old Russian guns, I guess, but 43. He even made some credits. Most of the replays that the Flying Elite sends me doesn't make too many credits, but with a premium account, premium tank, even though he had the 20,000, that'll be the cost for the food. And I think he used his repair kit, so maybe 10,000 each. So it was probably the sale was on when he sent me that replay. If the sale wasn't on for consumables, he probably would have lost a lot more credits than that. Not bad though for an 8-minute, nearly a 9-minute game. 3 battles, three marks of excellence replays. Thank you very much, Flying Elite, Elite Commando, and my old mate Timbob. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.